Good day everyone. We start our walk from the Green Park, called Stromovka, and our main destination is the Chateau Troja. We will gradually walk through the entire Chateau Troja. We are now at the edge of the Green Park, and moving further from the Green Park to the Troja Chateau. We will walk today through the Chateau garden and further walk through the unique Baroque staircase that leads from the garden to the main hall of the Chateau Troja, and then we will walk through the interiors of the Chateau Troja, which is beautiful and very well preserved chateau. Unfortunately, the Troja Chateau is not furnished, which doesn't matter because chateau is still of an interesting tour with the excellently preserved paintings on the walls with frescoes in every room throughout the entire chateau, and the frescoes are in excellent condition everywhere throughout the entire chateau, which gives the interior of the chateau a unique and distinctive character. So I believe that everyone will enjoy this tour of the Troja Chateau. Further, as we explore the Baroque stairs and interiors of the Troja Chateau, so we will move to the underground of the chateau and will further exploring the underground of the chateau to see a nice and unique exhibition of sculptures of heroes, geniuses and symbols. And this exhibition personally appealed me a lot with authentic and love-like curved sculptures, which you normally will not see around Prague, because they are hidden in various depositories and the exhibits on display outside, so the created fakes are very, very far from the originals. The Chateau Troja was built in the years 1679 to 1685 by Count Václav Vojtěch from Štenberg as his summer residence, and he lived here with his wife Clara and daughter. The authors of the project were Giovanni Domenico Orsi and later Jean-Baptiste Mathieu. The builder was Silvestro Carlone. As for we are going to see the sculptural decoration of the double-armed Baroque staircase leading to the garden was entrusted to the Dresden artist George and Paul Hermann. The monumental sculptures and decorating the staircase symbolize the fight of the Titans with the ancient gods. Sculptures around the staircase, individual ancient gods, allegories of the seasons and continents. At the same time, the staircase was constructed independently as a Baroque theatre, the stage for the scene of the giants falling into Tartarus. The architecture of the staircase hid an ingenious water system that launched a waterfall onto the defeated giants, from which the whole scene deepened dramatically. We date the establishment and the first stage of the construction of the staircase and the production of the sculptures to the years 1684 to 1685. The realization of the entire work was commissioned to George the Hermanns, accompanied by nephews Zacharias and Paul Hermann. The youngest parts of the entire staircase are the busts on the outer railing, usually dated to the around 1708. The iconographic program of the staircase, Count Václav Vojtěch from Štenberg put the basic idea of the victory of the good over evil directly into the sculpture above the stone portal of the entrance to the main hall. The dominant figure of the Victoria, an allegory of victory, and thrones above the accumulated military trophies hidden by armor, banners, cannons and other weapons. On her left side, a lamp and lion lie together as symbols of peace, which comes after the triumph of war. Below, however, is a dramatic match between the Olympian gods and the rebellious giants. The giants were the sons of the goddess Gaia, who excelled an immense strength and were invulnerable. Their brothers and titans, several generations older sons of the earth goddess, also fought with Zeus, a Jupiter in Roman tradition, and other gods, and were imprisoned in Tartarus. Gaia was unhappy about the ancient defeat of the Titans. The giants obeyed their mother when she urged them to rebel against the Olympian gods. Jupiter summoned Hercules to battle with the help of other gods and defeated the giants. The staircase of the Troja Chateau widely described the scene of the giants being thrown into the abyss of Tartarus. However, parts of the iconographical program are also connected to the theme of the fight with the Titans. Depiction of the two wars between the Olympians and the descendants of the earth goddess, the Gigantomachy and the Titanomachy, have been variously intertwined and often merged in visual arts since the 2nd century AD. Iconographic details relating to both mythological wars often appearing in the same scene. At the time of the anti-Turkish wars, at the turn of the 17th and 18th centuries, this theme was very popular and became a favorite parallel to the fight against dangerous conquest from the east. Directly above Tartarus stands Jupiter, Zeus on the right, throwing down a beam of lighting, flanked by the second most important figure of Olympus, Minerva, Pallas Athena. Around the shaft of the staircase on the oval balustrade, other Olympians fight with the giants. On the left side, they are Apollo, Apollon, Mercury, Hermes, Prometheus, and Vulcan. On the right side, Mars, Ares, Neptune, Poseidon, Pluto, Hades, and Heracles, on the first lower pillars of both on the arms of the staircase, rest the semi-recumbent figures of the goddess Diana, Artemis, and Ceres, Demeter. Next to them are standing counterparts Chronos, Saturn, and on the right the son of Jupiter, Bacchus, Dionysus. The inner side of the staircase consists of roughly hewn rock formations. If we look into the protrusions and fissures between the stones, in many places we can recognize the faces belonging to the giants cast forever into Tartarus and turning into stones. In the depth of Tartarus, a pair of giants, writhed widely in a pain and helplessness, unable to get rid of the huge boulders thrown at them by the Olympians. Two more giants, with the last of their strength, braced themselves under the slab of the main landing of the staircase of the rock that was thrown down on them. The outer arm of the staircase is crowned by busts, which together personify the order and orderly structure of the world, which was established with the arrival of the Olympians and restored again after their victory over the giants. Here we find 4 busts of continents, 4 busts of elements, and 4 busts of daily times. That is, the allegory is referring to space, matter, and time. Until the end of September 2023, There was a unique exhibition, Heroes, Genius, Symbols, in the underground of the Troja Chateau. This is an exhibition of stone sculptures, treasures from Prague gardens, and this exhibition is not a comprehensive exhibition, but rather a collection, or rather to say, a sculpture that managed to be saved before they were destroyed by time or age. These sculptures are not commonly seen in galleries or in Prague gardens, even though a number of historical and artistic decorations and small architecture have been preserved. But also many treasures from Prague gardens have irretrievably disappeared during the expansion of urban development or are unmaintained and devastated because they lack the necessary care. Sculptural works of art in the form of vases, busts, statues, stone benches or fountains exposes to the damages of the weather for tens or even hundreds of years simply did not survive. The sculptures and architectural elements that were saved are hidden in the depositories of Prague, museums and galleries. Here, their degradation will be significantly slowed down and the original works from the hands of important artists will these be preserved for the future generations. Valuable monuments and documents of the high level of Prague sculptures, however, disappear from the public eye, and often even expert researchers and art historians have no idea about their storage. There is significant lack of space in Prague for a new modern lapidary, where it would be possible to concentrate monuments of Prague sculptures from the 11th to the 20th century, now stored variously in the depositories of city museums and galleries, and the gallery of the capital city of Prague is the administrator of the envelope of public sculptures of the metropolis and the grounds of the Troja Chateau. It has a number of original elements from Prague gardens stored in its depository, which cannot otherwise be made available to the public. Deposited monuments are stored in depositories in the condition they were found and are not usually exhibited for exhibitions purposes. So in this unique exhibition, we can see the collection of exhibits of the Baroque decoration of the Troja Chateau garden, the Vrtbovská garden, the Cibulka landscape park and the Porthermika summer house, with an original work that we can admire, an authentic impression of the sculptor or modeler artistic handwriting. Up close we can view the details that cannot be recorded in the exterior of the gardens and realize the connection of the specific work with the idea, theme or scenario of the garden, which was clearly legible to a contemporary but escaped today man without explanation. I myself have to say that the statues up close are like life, and the facial expression of the statues are unreal, and it was certainly an experience to see in good light the details of the sculptures and scenes, and the visitor will experience the sculpture in a completely different way, which every visitor simply has no experience for himself. This exhibition, which in the underground spaces, enhance the atmosphere of the entire tour of the castle, of the chateau, and it is a pity that the sculpture cannot be exhibited here permanently. construction of the early Baroque Troja Chateau was started in 1679. The author of the castle project was the architect of French origin, Jean-Baptiste Mathieu. In the design, he took advantage of the experience from his stay in Italy and was inspired by the type of Roman suburban villa. The center and dominant feature of the entire mass of the building is a large hall, from which a corridor with an enfilade of adjacent salon runs to both sides. On the sides, the building is terminated vertically and horizontally by two-story tower like belvedere. The sculptural decoration of the double staircase leading to the garden was entrusted to the Dresden artists Georg and Paul Hermann. The monumental sculptures decorating the staircase symbolize the Titan fight with the ancient gods. The individual sculptures around the perimeter of the staircase represent ancient gods, allegories of the seasons and the continents. The painting work on the ground floor of the castle of this chateau was mainly carried out by Carpoforo Tencala. On the first floor of the castle they worked Francesco Marchetti and his son Giovanni Francesco. For the elusive decoration of the large main hall, the builder called in the Flemish painter Abraham and Isaac Godin. Painting decoration of the interior of the chateau and the exhibition, the painting decoration of the ground floor of the chateau was mainly done by Carpoforo Tencala. The ceiling and walls of the central hall are covered with frescoes with the theme of the apotheosis of the victory over the Turks at Vienna, this celebrating the Habsburg family. The frescoes were painted by Dutch painter Abraham and Isaac Godin. The adjacent rooms were decorated by the Italian painter Francesco Marchetti and his son Giovanni with frescoes with themes from ancient mythology and a celebration of the builder of the Chateau Troja. There are in total of 4,000 square meters of paintings in the castle, of which 1,400 square meters are in the main hall, which is also used for the concerts. So, when you will get to Prague, do not miss the opportunity to walk through this nice Chateau Troja. When you like this tour with me, I would appreciate support this channel and I will talk to you in another video. Tschüss!